South African National Defense Force troops stationed in the Democratic Republic of Congo are enduring dire living conditions, with inadequate sanitation facilities and medical support sparking widespread concern. Over 600 soldiers are forced to share just 6 pit latrines, and meals are being prepared on open-air gas burners due to the lack of proper kitchen facilities. This situation raises serious health and safety issues for the personnel involved. Unsanitary living conditions and health risks. The soldiers' living conditions are far from acceptable, with 6 pit latrines serving hundreds, highlighting the severe lack of sanitation infrastructure. This not only poses significant health risks due to the potential spread of diseases, but also affects the morale and operational effectiveness of the troops. The preparation of meals in the open air on gas burners further exacerbates the risk of food contamination and illness among the soldiers, compromising their ability to perform their duties. Lack of medical support. Compounding the challenges faced by the South African National Defense troops in the Democratic Republic of Congo is the absence of medical personnel. Without doctors or nurses deployed alongside them, the soldiers are left to rely on first aid bags carried by medical orderlies in case of emergencies. This lack of professional medical support is alarming, given the physical demands and health risks associated with military deployment in such conditions. Implications for the South African National Defense. The current state of affairs for South African troops in the Democratic Republic of Congo not only jeopardizes their health and safety, but also raises questions about the logistical and operational planning capabilities of the South African National Defense. The situation demands immediate attention and action from military and governmental authorities to ensure the well-being of the soldiers and to uphold the integrity and effectiveness of South Africa's military engagements abroad. The challenges faced by the South African National Defense troops in the Democratic Republic of Congo reflect broader issues of resource allocation, infrastructure, and support for military personnel on foreign soil. As these soldiers continue to serve under such adverse conditions, it is imperative for the relevant authorities to address these shortcomings. Ensuring the health, safety, and operational effectiveness of military personnel is not only a matter of national pride, but also a fundamental responsibility of the commanding authorities. President Paul Kagame has said Rwanda cannot continue to be blamed for Congo's problems, especially the insecurity in the east of the country. In an interview with Radio 10 and Royal FM on Monday, April 1, President Kagame said Rwanda had for too long been blamed for its neighbors' problems, adding that it was time for the Congolese people to take stock of their own governance issues. The problem in eastern Congo originates from Congo and its leadership, he said. Sometimes people put Congo's burden on Rwanda's shoulders. Congo's burden should be carried by the Congolese people and their leaders and not by Rwandans or Rwandan leaders. For too long, we have been made to carry Congo's burden. Enough is enough. FDLR integration into Congo Army must be addressed. We have our own problems which we need to solve. We cannot carry another country's burden. In Congo, the problem is multifaceted, and there is a lot of geopolitics, he said, adding that certain countries were ready to do whatever the Congolese leaders wanted, just not to lose Congo to China or Russia. I don't have a problem with anyone getting anything from Congo, but if you want to take resources from Congo, why do they have to make me carry Congo's problems? The problem should be simple, he said. Rwanda ensures defense measures amid serious threats from Congo. The president noted that Congo had its own governance issues in addition to the persecution of its Kinyarwanda-speaking communities, especially the Tutsi and the presence of the FDLR Rwanda. On the question of the rights of the Congolese Rwandophones, they shouldn't beg for their rights. They deserve to be given their rights, and if they don't get it, that will result in wars, which we see today. How else could it be resolved? You cannot make people refugees in the countries neighboring Congo, here in Rwanda, in Uganda and Burundi, while others are killed and chased from their properties. It is up to Congo's leaders to find solutions for their problems. No one will do that for them, not even the UN, President said. Genocide in Congo as Rwanda prepares for the 30th commemoration of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. President Kagame has expressed his concern that persecution and killings of the Tutsi in eastern Congo mirrored the Rwandan tragedy. Stop genocide. Congolese refugees demand peace at home. The Rwandan president said the targeted killings are perpetrated by the FDLR, a militia linked to the genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda, which is supported by Congolese leaders. In 2024, we remember what happened in Rwanda in '94, but in the region, there is a similar situation. When you look at the people being killed in eastern Congo, the more than 100,000 refugees we have here who fled persecution and killings because they are Tutsi, President Kagame said. President Kagame condemns primitive politics driving Congo, Burundi, FDR collabo. He denounced the support given to the FDR by the Congolese government and the resurgence of ethnic-driven politics in the Great Lakes region. The perpetrators of the genocide in Rwanda, who fled in 1994, have since collaborated with the governments in Congo, and what they are doing today amounts to a genocide, Kagame noted. Rwanda raises concerns over Congo arming FDR. Indigenous armed groups. What you have in eastern Congo is the FDLR, the Congolese government, and Burundi, which joined them recently, said the Rwandan leader, reiterating that the region had not learnt lessons from the Rwandan experience. However, he said, primitivity is not a problem only in Africa. Even in developed countries, when their politics is driven by racism, it appears like they are still primitive, yet you would think they had developed in terms of thinking and politics. I call it primitivity because that is how I see it. No one has ever benefited from that.